Current statistics show that EU citizens make up a quarter of the 3 million hospitality workers in the UK. 1 in 6 hospitality workers in London are EU nationals. Altogether, EU nationals make up 3 out of 4 of waiting staff and 1/4 of chefs in British hospitality businesses. These unsettling numbers and facts are not new to UK citizens, but the main focus has been put on the business owners and the national economy instead of the people it affects the most.
I'm originally from Portugal, so I work in a vegetarian restaurant, and I'm in charge of basically doing customer service and fresh juices. Basically, I'm sort of like a bartender, something like that.
I'm originally from Italy. I'm a barista, and I just basically, I just make coffee, serve coffees, and just be nice with people, or trying to be nice with people.
I'm from Italy, so basically I started working as a bartender. But as I was working in a gastropub, they soon started to use me as a waitress as well. So I was switching from the bar to the restaurant area, working as a bartender and a waitress.
I wouldn't say I like to work in the hospitality industry. It's just it's necessary because I need to pay my rent. But yeah, I actually don't mind it.
I think when I started working in hospitality, I loved it because it makes you interact with people, and at the beginning it's really cool. But then this factor just becomes really annoying with the time, and after more than 10 years in hospitality, you just feel like, okay, maybe this is not the job for me. I'm not on the planet to take all this bad feedback from people.
I really like working in hospitality. What I didn't like was waitressing, simply because I don't like that part of the job. I prefer working as a bartender. But other than that, I really like hospitality because I like interacting with people, both co-workers and clients.
Britain's hospitality sector has warned the UK government that Brexit will result in a crisis within the national hospitality business by excluding European workers. Given that hospitality is the 4th biggest employer in the UK, the shortage of employers will have a big impact on the national economy. The hospitality sector's representatives predict that restaurants, coffee shops, bars and hotels all over the country will be forced to shut down as a result of Brexit.
After Brexit, I think I'll leave the hospitality industry as soon as I can.
I don't know actually, because in a way I can see how people thought, okay, let's do it, and because they actually thought that immigrants would stop coming to the UK, but that's not the case, and they didn't really think about how each and every industry was going to be affected from this decision. So I had maybe one English colleague, like in all my career, maybe one, and I'm saying maybe, and it's like, okay, so who's gonna work in restaurants after this? Who's gonna be the one serving you?
I wasn't working there when Brexit happened. I've been talking with my co-workers about Brexit, both with the English ones and the foreigners, and they all wanted to stay in Europe. So that's good news for us foreigners because it means that they're kind of on our side. But on the other hand, I can also understand people who wanted to leave because at the end of the day, everyone has their own political views and opinions. So you can't really judge based on that.
I think that's just the mindset here in UK. You just find people where they are just treating you like you're nothing from the first moment they meet you, and that there's no reason for that. You know, it's just because of the job that I'm doing. It doesn't mean that I'm no one or nothing. So yeah.
The government has planned an introduction of new qualifications in the hospitality industry. This is an attempt to make up for the loss of European workers and an effort to replace them with a UK-born workforce. The only problem is that the introduction of these plans will be done by 2022. According to Britain's hospitality sector, this is too late, and the hospitality industry will have suffered great losses before that time.
Here in London, people more or less agree that Brexit is a bit useless, or there is no point to it, or they just don't agree with Brexit?
I think that for Britain, it would have been better to stay in Europe, because they had their own currency, and even though they were restricted by some of the European laws, they still were pretty free and flexible. While for foreigners, up till this day, there hasn't been any big changes. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, obviously, but yeah, I would have chosen to stay, obviously, but it's English people's choice. So.
I just think it's a law that doesn't make any sense nowadays. So this country is basically just like America. It's made of, I don't know, I think it's 70% of the workforce by immigrants. So it's composed by immigrants. So I don't see the point of kicking them out, since they are the foundation of this country. So no idea. No.